Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's Dax here. So today's video, we're gonna talk about what makes a good EDC knife for self-defense. Now, I've done one video talking about what makes for good home defense knives. I talked about the best ones being the Bowie or the French dagger. Having handguards on bigger knives like this are extremely helpful. And these blades are capable of cutting on both sides, okay? And they have a great point for thrusting, okay? Unless you're the type of guy that just prefers a chopper, then I would recommend you get a kukri, which I used to have one, but I gave it away to Hector Lombard as a present. But a kukri with a handguard is also a great option. It's a mega chopper. But now for the EDC knives, right? Because most places you won't be able to carry something like this, right? So definitely first you're gonna have to check with your local laws. There's many different variables. In some places you're not even allowed to carry a knife, but criminals do. So I'm gonna start off with what I used to carry and why I no longer carry it. I'm gonna tell you what you shouldn't carry, and I'm gonna give you what I consider the best options for most people, depending once again on the legalities of where you live. So I used to carry a karambit. Okay. Now the main reason was I was really big into silat for about 3 years, and I was fascinated with the karambit. And the karambit is a good option as a last resort weapon. Okay, the meaning or the role that the karambit is supposed to play is an anti-rape tool. It was carried by women in their hair traditionally to prevent rape, or it was carried by assassins to sneak up behind, slit the throat of somebody. But it does not make for a good dueling knife. All right, one-on-one, I can tell you from experience, the karambit will not do very well. But as a last resort, anti-grappling style weapon, the karambit can be a very useful tool in that regard. Here's what you shouldn't carry though. I don't recommend folding knives, okay? Most of them are not very good, right? You have to deploy them in a state of frenzy and aggression and all these things happening. Very small chance you're going to be able to pull this out and deploy it effectively. A lot of these folder knives are more built for everyday uses as tools, not necessarily fighting. And also, let's see if you can hear this, but these blades tend to get wobbly. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but with time, it's just not the most secure blade, especially for fighting. If you're going to be penetrating flesh and trying to cut people, I don't recommend a folder. Another thing is that most folders don't have some type of guard to keep your hand from slipping up. Okay, FBI statistics state that a lot of people who try to stab with a knife like this or a kitchen knife end up riding their hands up and cutting themselves, basically, because these knives are not intended for fighting. So here's what I recommend. Here's my EDC knife. It's by Cold Steel. Disclaimer, a lot of people say in the sword community that Cold Steel swords aren't very good because they tend to make them too top heavy. But for knives, Cold Steel is absolutely fantastic, okay? This is the Counterattack 2. It is great because you can carry it as a neck knife. It also has a clip, right? You can carry this in your along your belt line. So two areas that you could quickly access your weapon. Let's pull it out. It's a dagger, so you could cut with both sides. And it has this nice handguard that prevents your hands from slipping up into the sharp edges of the blade, okay? And of course, it has a fantastic point, okay? With a rubberized grip. I have big hands, okay? So for most people, they'll probably be able to get a full hand on there. But for me, I got a 3-finger grip, which, or 4-finger grip, including my thumb. But that's good enough for me. This is a fantastic blade. I've done some tests with it, but this is what I recommend, given that your state or country allows for double-edged knives. This little guy is where it's at, okay? Sure, I would like the handle to be just a little bit bigger. It would be nice, but it would make it less concealable. So I've yet to find something that's both legal and has all the qualities of a fighting knife that I personally look for. So that's what I recommend. If you disagree with me, tell me what you think below. Tell me what your favorite knife is. Quick, there is folding knives from CRKT, I think it is, that do have handguards. And that is, if you can't have a fixed blade or something like that, or a double-edged blade, that's probably the second best option I'd go with. But they tend to have some type of spring mechanism that makes them deploy a lot faster than having to pull it out with your thumb. So there you go, guys. Let me know what you think. Go ahead, comment below. If you're watching me on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're watching me on Instagram, by the way, my Instagram is Dax Duels. You can go ahead, add me on there. I'm always posting really cool content. I got tons of old school photos of Japanese martial arts, HEMA, historical European martial arts, and of course, Filipino martial arts and Jeet Kune Do. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you next time.